So, my name is Georgina and I'm living in Yamarangila in Honduras for the year. So, I absolutely love my project and the weather is so nice. It's a few days before Christmas and I'm in my t-shirt, so it's really nice. I love teaching. I've kind of been with most of the school to be honest, because sometimes when someone's off, then I've been covering. So I've been right the way through from K5 all the way up to the seniors, which has been really nice. And the students are so lovely. They're so fun and they're really sweet, and it's lovely to be around them. So I started off teaching reading to 5th grade and assisting in 1st grade, and then some things changed a little bit and I had to sub in doing history for a bit, which was a bit of a challenge, but I loved it. I loved the students, and yeah, so after Christmas, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing, but it's definitely going to be based on helping the English level improve amongst the students. The school is really different to what I've been used to in the UK. So, for example, everything is outside. All of the classrooms have a door that just goes to the outside, and all of the corridors are outside, and it's very much an outdoor based school, and it's really lovely. There's so much greenery around, and there's loads of flowers, and it's just a really nice environment to be in, especially when it's in the sun. There are lots of nice seating areas that you can go to in the sun, and it's really nice. So I live in an apartment on the 1st floor, so it's really nice waking up in the morning and having a lovely view of the village, and I love it. There's some cows outside the window, there's sometimes horses, there's lots of animals like dogs, there's loads of dogs that run around, and I particularly really like when you wake up in the morning early and go out to work and everyone says buenos dias to everyone. Like, it's just a really nice welcoming environment to be in. But saying that, there have definitely been some challenges. For example, we get power cuts pretty often, so it can be a bit tricky, especially when we forget to charge our head torches. And also, sometimes the water switches off. So, most of the time, it switches off at 8 pm and it switches back on at 5 am the next morning, but sometimes it just goes off randomly, so we can't access water. Um, well, water from the tap, but we do have a filter bag to help with that. And you can't drink straight from the tap, so you have to filter everything through. And also with washing like fruit and veg, there is a bit of a process. You have to go through putting vinegar in and stuff because it can be quite dirty. So there are some challenges with that. Also with washing clothes, we have a pila, which is quite cool. Our landlady owns the pila, and yeah, you scrub your clothes against this like ceramic block, and it's got like bumps in it, and that's quite interesting to use as well. I think my favourite thing about being here is the culture for sure. I absolutely love the culture. I like the food, especially baleadas. They're my favourite. It's a bit tricky being vegetarian in Honduras actually. Um, so I usually just get a baleada sencilla, which is like a tortilla with beans on it and cheese, and butter, and it's really nice. And I also have absolutely loved learning Spanish since being here. It's just been so fun having to learn it in a real life setting rather than just studying from like a textbook or whatever. And I've just had so much fun learning. There's lots of different words that are specifically Honduran, especially, which is really fun. But no, just in general, I've noticed I've gotten so much better just from being here in the natural environment, rather than just trying to learn it. I don't know, on the side, I guess, from a textbook or whatever. So it's been really fun, and it's just a lovely part of the culture and the atmosphere that I'm in as well. So the fundraising that it took to get here was definitely a big challenge. It's probably one of the biggest things I've done. It was challenging, but I think that I enjoyed it a lot, especially doing the different events. So I guess just doing things that I enjoyed, like when I did my salsa night, I did a ceilidh, because I love dancing. So I guess just doing something that I enjoyed really helped. And yeah, just doing the events at first, I was so scared, and it was very tricky, especially getting up with a microphone talking to a bunch of people. It was a bit tricky, but after time went on, it got so much easier and I started enjoying them so much. And by the end of it, I was actually kind of wishing I had space to do one more event because it was really fun organizing them. It was a lot of work, but it was so worth it because I've definitely become more confident from it, and I've learned so much from doing it. So it was really fun. I think if I were to give one piece of advice when it comes to fundraising, I would say give yourself as much time as possible, because there's some events that I wanted, especially earlier on, I wanted to host, and I was like, oh, I'll do that next week. And I did not have enough time at all to do the advertising and all the planning. So yeah, definitely my most successful events, they took a lot more time to plan and organize, and I wasn't stressed at the end, um, but they're definitely the most successful ones. So yeah, it takes time. So that's what I would say. Give yourself as much time as possible so that it's not stressful at the end. But overall, I'm just really happy that I've had the opportunity to experience all of this. I think that if I did just the teaching, it would have been good too, but I think that for sure the fundraising process really helped to set me up for confidence speaking in front of people. And yeah, so I think just the whole experience in general is just so good, especially because I didn't have to do a huge amount of preparing in terms of like choosing where in a country I wanted to go. If I just did the gap year on my own, it would have been a lot more planning, organising, and headaches. So I'm really glad that Project Trust could just help do everything with like the flights and the insurance and the location and all of that. All the details are already done. So that definitely was so good. But yeah, it's just such a great opportunity, and I'm just so grateful that I could take part in this. And I know that when it's time for me to leave, I will definitely be so sad at leaving this community. I have so many nice friends here. There's so many people that I speak to regularly. Everyone's so lovely, so I will miss it for sure. But I'm just so glad that I had the chance to go here and go for a full year as well, because I think if it was any less time for me personally, I would have felt like it was too short. So if anyone has any questions directly from me that you want to ask, feel free to send me a message on Instagram or whatever, because I'd be happy to answer any questions or whatever about this, because obviously in a short video I can't talk about everything. But yeah, if you're thinking about it, I think that you definitely should go for it, because I don't have any regrets at all. I think if I didn't, I would definitely regret not doing it. So I think just go for it. If you're thinking about it, if you think you might enjoy it, and I am sure you would, and it would just be such a fun year, and then plus the year fundraising before, it's kind of just 2 years. It's great fun, and yeah, you definitely learn a lot from it. So that's all from me. Hopefully this has answered any questions any of you might have had, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye just now.